Creators, this is Martha. I am so happy that you're here with me. I am so happy that everybody is here. And I cannot believe that I missed the opportunity. You saw this page from last week, and I cannot believe that I missed the opportunity to do something to the back of the page. Can you not believe that? I didn't do something in the back of the page. So I'm super excited, and I want to show you what I thought about doing on the back of this page. Again, because I tend to flip my pages over, I'm putting a little blue tape up here on the top so that I know that this is the top. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this part together. Now, of course, this could be a super easy page, maybe just a quick frame to make this little edge, make it look a little more alive, or you can put 6 pictures on here and you're done. But I want to show you what I am doing. So first of all, I just showed you that I just got my Create 8 box, and this gorgeous die came in it. It is the Festival Edges, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love that it looks like a little crown on the very top. So what I'm doing with this is I'm turning it into a 12-inch strip. Lots of us have cards edges that make beautiful cards, but I would like to turn this into also a scrapbook page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a scrapbook page edge, knowing that we need to kind of tweak it a little bit. This is the background. I was kind of playing around. Now, of course, Create hasn't started, and I'm kind of just playing around and playing with this a little bit. And here is the little Ferris wheel from Annie that she sent it to me. So I'm kind of planning on using that because this is pink. And this is what I ended up with when I made the edges. Okay, so I did 2, which gives you 3 little crowns, and then 2 more from another set. So this I'm going to put aside so that you kind of see what I'm doing here. So I'm working on 4 edges. So this one is a edge, and I'm going to show you how I put it together so that you can also do that. This is from the new die, also from Create 8. I absolutely love how intricate this is, and I thought it looked beautiful, this little edge, kind of like a crown, so that's why I wanted to use this little edge as a date tag. So we're going to put that over there. And then, of course, I always like to do a little gold on it. We haven't played with bows very much, so I'm putting those little things over there so that we can add to them. And here we have some leaves, some little rose gold, some little flourishes, just something to kind of make your page work, okay? And here's another bow, and this is another texture bow. I kind of sometimes like to double up my bows and add a different texture. So here is a hot pink, absolutely gorgeous, single-sided. I do not know what page this is from. Collection. I have some of my collections in colors families instead of in collections. So this is what this collection comes from. So we are working on the back of this. And so what I did is I measured that this right here is a 1.5 edge. So I wanted 1 1/4 so that we can cover up this seam. And so we're going to do a 1 1/4 edge, and then again a maybe 1 3/4 edge for the inside. Okay, so here is what we end up with. This one's going to be your 1 1/4 where you cut all the way around, and then you're going to end up with this little piece. Then we're going to end up with a 1/2 inch for the inside, okay? And then these little pieces we're going to use for another page. So now we have this part right here that sits right on top of that. Do you see that? And it kind of gives us an extra pop of what we have going on. Now what I'm going to do with this one is you kind of have to pay attention to this. That's why I like to play with my Create dies a little bit, get to know them, use them, so that you kind of, when you're in class, it's not the first time. I kind of feel a little bit more confident in cutting. And so what we have here is the cutting edge is on the inside, and then this outside edge is not a cutting edge. So what this would actually make is an absolutely gorgeous notepad or a journal, because it'll have this impression on it, but it won't cut it. So that's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful die, absolutely beautiful. I can't believe that we get such a gorgeous die for Create. When I'm running them through, these are quite slippery. You can see that I did not stay perfectly straight, and that's okay, because we're going to hide those imperfections when we put that on top, okay? So I have 2 of them, and I'm going to blend it in to 1. I put the background on it already, the shadow, and I just want to give it just barely a little kiss right here. I'm using my light box mat here so that I can kind of try to stay straight, and it kind of sits just like that, okay? And what you do is you flip it over, and for me, I am using just some simple gift wrapping tape to hold this little spot in place, just like that. Okay, so now what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little crowns, and for my project I only need 5. So I am going to look and see which one I want to disconnect. This one looks best here, so I'm going to lose this crown here. So with my scissors, I'm not going to cut straight through. I'm going to cut the gold, okay, and we go right in there. And then I'm going to lift this gold a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the pink, and on the pink I'm going to leave a little bit of edge so that it looks like there's still a shadow all the way around it. Is that important? I don't know yet, but I wanted to make it look the best that it possibly can. Okay, and this part I'm just going to get rid of, just like that. Now here we have our 4 edges. Now we have this part. I'm not going to use this part because this part I want to do a little bit more to it. So we're going to move it over to the side, and we're going to start putting these down. On my mat here, I have my glass mat is 12 inches, so I put my paper right over it, and I know that the center of my page is right into this area, so I'm going to put this about right here, right there, and then the next one will be right here in the 6-inch area. So the midline of the paper is where we're at. And then this is going to sit right on top. And I'm trying to make sure that it's going to cover the sins of this little gold edge not going absolutely perfect for me. So I think I can go all the way to the edge here. And we're moving this one all the way to the edge. And it's still covered up, so that is the plan. That's how I'm going to use this. I'm going to be using this as my edging. Okay? So let's go ahead and put this down. I'm taking off this double-sided tape. That was to hold everything down instead of using gift wrapping paper tape, because that is not archival safe. I have used gift wrapping tape in the past. Somebody told me that I shouldn't be using that other stuff, the gift wrapping paper, because it's not safe enough for our paper forever. So here is my paper is lined up, and I'm bringing this in. Okay, and I'm putting that down. These ends I'm kind of leaving open so that we can come in and miter them. Remember how we leave that little spaces open right there? And now I like to do the other side. Do the same thing. We're removing our double-sided tape. We're adding archival safe ATG. We have our paper where we're kind of going in at the 6. Okay, gonna do the same thing on this side. flip it over and do the other side. Okay, so now we see what we're doing here, and we have our trusty food cutting mat and our little triangle and a sharp X-Acto knife, and we're going to come in here and we're going to fix these little and miter these corners. So we go in right here, we're putting these together. You're going to cut right here in this corner and then into this corner right here. That's where I want it to cut. You press down very hard to try to hold all this paper from slipping. You kind of keep pressing. For me, I can kind of hear when it's not perfectly smooth, when I kind of hear all that little roughness of the cutting board, I can kind of feel that we have gone through. There we go. And you cut this out and you bring it together, and there is our mitered corner. And maybe we need a little bit of extra glue in here. Okay, then you're bringing it together and it's beautifully mitered. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing to this side. Get your corners together, and then you start with confidence using your X-Acto knife. Okay, and I kind of feel that I've gotten to the mat. You take this little piece off and you squeeze them together, and there we go. A little bit of glue to kind of hold it together. Okay, and now we have 2 more corners, so we'll keep going. Putting a little glue on the bottom to kind of hold these together. And you see that little edge here? I just like things just a little bit more of a rounded edge. That's all. That's just for my finicky eye. Okay, so here is our page, and then I want to add this frame right on top of it. What do you think about that? Look at how that hides all our little sins of the gold edging that we were practicing with. Doesn't that look really good? Now I think that would be really pretty if it was popped up a little bit with little pop-up dots. But I do want to use my carousel on it here. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to leave it flat so that my carousel is what is the main attraction of it. Okay, so I'm going to use wet glue because wet glue is my friend. It allows me to move things around a little bit better. So I'm putting this over. And I'm just checking to see if I can cover all the edges that I need to. I think that looks good. And we're going to hold down. Well, I'm really glad that I didn't do something to the back of this last week, because then I wouldn't have been able to use these new gorgeous Create 8 type of dies for you to see how absolutely beautiful they are. Okay, so now what I have is I want to put the carousel over here in this corner. And then I have the absolutely gorgeous tag that I kind of want to add into this. Okay. I think that would be really pretty, kind of sits right in the middle, so we can center that. And let's go ahead and do that part. And I'm only going to put glue on the bottom of the tag so that we can still stick a picture. If we want to, we can stick a picture all the way to the bottom of that. So I'm only using glue for the bottom half of it. And it's in the center, so I'm giving myself a little eyeball center here. This is a beautiful date tag. I just love it. And I think that this little pointy embellishment that looks like a crown to me right here goes perfect with this. And then we have the Ferris wheel. Okay, and then I, of course, love to add a little something else to something else all the time to kind of let things really pop. But I don't want to stop it there because that is just not what I want it to do. And I think I want it to do over here. And these are the ones that have stickers. And I'm going to add a little extra glue to the bottom of this sticker. I kind of make this top part not so strong so that you can stick a picture in there by pushing it on my t-shirt. And then I love this little rose kind of in like that. I think that would be really pretty. Okay. And of course, I want to add a little motion to the Ferris wheel. Okay, I like that just that way. So let's get these little things here. See, this is not a sticker, so I'm only doing half of it because I want the glued part to be there, but not all of it. And the same thing on this one. We're doing also just the outside. And I'm adding this little motion of a flourish. Okay, now I have my little pack of pop-up dots, and I'm going to add pop-up dots to the bottom part because that will actually be glued down. And the side. Just like that. Okay. And so on this one, I'm going to take these pop-up dots off because this is actually going to be glued to the paper. But these other pop-up dots are not going to be glued. They're going to stay just like that so that it maintains it nice and flat. When I'm working all the way around, you can still get into this area with a picture so that my sweet friend can still put pictures in here. And we bring this down just like that. Okay, look at how beautiful that came out. Okay, I would not walk, I would run to go get that Festive Die. I'm going to pull them out right now so you can see them. This is the die right here. This is my page. Isn't that so cute? It used that part. And this die comes from the Class 3 Festive Edges. And I have this die right here. It comes with it. I have already been practicing cutting on that also. And then this one right here is the one that I've been using for you right now. And that is Festive Edge Dies. That is what this is called, the Festive Edge Dies. I already have it packed up and I've been practicing. So we have that part ready here. Okay, so now what do we have left here? We have a couple little bows. I don't think it needs anything else. I think I'm done. I'm not going to put anything else on it. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what dies I was using with this. This is how my little practice run went with these gorgeous new dies from Create 8 that's coming up in November. Run, do not walk to get these dies. These are going to be a killer. I love how royal they look with these. To me, they look like little crowns. So thank you so much for coming by my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, for watching what I'm doing. Leave me a thumbs up and talk to me. I love talking to you all and getting to know you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.